Give me a 3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, welcome to the Cord and Tory podcast show, episode number 39.
Starring Cord and Tory.
That's right, that's us. On this week's episode, we got a few revivals and series that have been renewed to talk about this week.
And we have some fun numbers to share with you. Fun numbers, emphasis on fun numbers regarding
Fun
TV
numbers,
and
yep.
like Netflix and all that
Yeah.
wonderful jazz. And then we have a big topic, Tory.
In which
Should
a very, very prominent man in the world of superheroes and comics made a very bold statement this week. And we're going to elaborate on what he said and discuss it ourselves as well.
Yes, yes. Well put.
Thank you, sir.
Way to,
Yeah. That's the
put
bait.
it-
I hope you
yeah.
bit on the hook.
bit on the hook.
Yeah.
And then we have the question of the week again.
We do have
which
the question
I'm
of the week.
super excited about.
Exactly. Bringing that back
One
for
of my-
2016.
I have to literally bend Tory's arm up behind his back to scratch his own back of his head in order to get him to do that every week. I'm just joking.
Not at all.
We just don't think of them
Exactly.
enough. Anyway, Tory, let's jump right in.
Cool.
What
Sounds
are we?
good.
What's reviving?
Well, you know what? Fox is getting on the bandwagon of bringing back some old TV shows. You know what? For once, I'm okay with that. Because I love some of the TV shows that they just announced they're bringing back. First of all, they're bringing back Prison Break. Now, did you watch that when it was originally on air?
No.
Okay.
Other than the name, I know nothing about it.
Got you. Okay. Well, basically, there was a man who was incarcerated, and his brother wanted to break him out, so he got tattoos all over his body, which kind of look like just regular artwork, but if you like piece it together and look closer, they're kind of like blueprints on how to escape this maximum prison.
Hold right there.
Yes.
So is he in prison?
So he got the tattoos before I think he robbed a bank or something.
Okay. He did something to get in prison.
Exactly. And he made a very specific choice on how to do this illegal act and the location of where he did it, so he would be going to the same prison that his brother was already at.
Right.
Yeah. So that was what the series was about, and then they broke out, and they were fugitives from the government, and the series ended. But now they're bringing it back with the two original main characters, and it's kind of a few. Later on into the future. It's not a prequel, which I appreciate. It's kind of a sequel-esque and picking up a little bit later from where the series originally left off, which is super cool. It was a really popular show. I didn't watch it into its entirety, but I watched it at least the season after they broke out of prison, and I was really excited about it. And I think some other new show just came up on in the same time slot.
Yeah.
And that's why I stopped watching it. But I was a real big fan of this anyway. So hey, thumbs up to you, Fox, for bringing this back.
So it's interesting. They're doing, like what you said, a sequel to this show.
With the same original two cast members. And what's also interesting is these same two cast members, they also have their own new show coming out as well. They're coming out
Separately. Two shows.
Exactly.
Okay.
Legends of Tomorrow.
Oh, who's
Exactly.
that? Who's the actor? Do you know? Not Henry Cap. No. Brandon Ruth. Not Brandon Ruth.
No, it's not Brandon Ruth.
But Brandon Ruth is in Legends of Tomorrow.
He is in Legends of Tomorrow. But they play Captain Cold, and is his name Heatwave? But he has a fire gun, and they were originally introduced on The Flash, and which is very cool too, because they were mostly known for their roles on the show Prison Break. And then there's these two villains that are always, intertwined and kind of rolled together in the Flash world.
Yeah.
Part of his rogues gallery.
Yeah.
And the CW and the network cast them both on the Flash, which is cool because they get to interact with each other as they did on Prison Break.
Wait a second. So the two actors that were on Prison Break are bad guys in the
Flash.
In the Flash universe.
Flash. And they originally just had one, episode guest stars, and then they had recurring roles in The Flash, and now those recurring roles have turned into series regulars in the new TV show Legends of Tomorrow.
Who are that's cool.
Yeah, I haven't really seen that. Like a pair or a duo of actors who are known for one show being cast in another show as guest stars, which eventually turns into recurring roles and then eventually gets turned into series regulars on the new spinoff of The Flash.
It's like Chris Farley and David Spade.
Yeah.
Only not of comedy.
Exactly.
That's cool. That's cool. If that keeps working well, I'm sure they'll get a movie of some sort where there's 1,000 movies concepts where it's like it's a buddy film.
Yeah.
But it's an action film, but it's a comedy. Like
absolutely.
It's hard to find that chemistry.
It goes to show that one day, this show will become famous, and then we'll go on to have like a guest spot on a talk show, and then we'll have our own talk show one day, and go
our
on
dreams
from there.
will come true.
Exactly.
We'll win that award that talk show people get. Mm-hmm. I don't know if there's a talk show award.
It's a daytime Emmy, or like best, like Ellen has a bunch of them.
Oh God, really?
Yeah, daytime Emmys.
That's it. Wow. That's great. Mm-hmm. What else? You love this show. On this podcast, you've said how much you love this show
several times, and this is I'm way more excited for this even more than Prison Break.
Yeah.
Although there's a caveat, so I'll get to that in a minute. But guys, let me for all you true fanboys and fangirls of the show. Get ready to wipe your bottoms because you're going to have a little accident because Fox is bringing back 24.
24
dun,
what?
Dun, 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 dun. That was like the opening kind of credits. The seconds ticking. Seconds ticking on the clock. 24 hours is what they came up with. So last year they came back with a mini, not a mini series, but a short term.
Oh, that happened?
Yeah, with Jack Bauer, and he was in London.
That actually happened?
Yeah, that actually happened.
We talked about it, and then I never heard anything about it.
Yeah, it actually happened.
Oh, wow.
I think it was either last year or 2 years ago, I forget. But it was fantastic.
Yeah.
And Fox is coming back with a revival. Keyword is revival of the original series 24. However, it's going to have here's a caveat. It's going to feature a new Jack Bauer character. So it's not going to be Kiefer Sutherland. And Kiefer Sutherland...
He's too busy in a bar somewhere?
Well, he has another new show that's coming out, too.
Is it about drinking? I'm sorry.
I don't know. But so he's not going to be in the show.
Yeah.
I'm sure that it's going to have many references to Jack Bauer.
Yeah.
But it's going to have a new leading character. It's okay. You can touch me. I know you're excited. You can feel how strong I am.
You want to do it, don't you?
Yeah, it's going to have a new Jack Bauer character.
So is it going to be somebody else playing Jack Bauer, or is it going to be like
a brand new character?
What they did with the Bourne.
Yeah, it's going to be like the Jeremy Renner.
You're the next secret agent who's lost his memory.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a black guy too, which is exciting to see someone in that.
So I wonder. So they did this. They basically did a test flight with the UK thing. That's kind of looking back on it. That must have been what they have done. Their achievement. Their goal with it.
I don't know. It might have been because also there's been talk of having a 24 movie, which is yet to be actually penned and scripted, written. But I guess it was they kind of used that as a plank to jump off and see what else could they do with the 24 idea and production to go forward. Either make it be a movie or a new revival TV series or what.
Yeah. It probably performed strong enough in a certain age bracket where
got enough interest back to say, hey, people still like this series. Let's see what we can take in and go here forward with.
And for some reason or another, maybe multiple reasons, it's obvious. It's obviously an educated decision to replace
Kiefer Sutherland.
Kiefer Sutherland.
Because who knows? He might not have even wanted to do it.
Sure, right. That could be.
He's had a couple other series.
$1 billion.
He's had a couple other series that he's done since, and he might just not be available for. Oh, speaking of going back quickly. We don't really know when the Prison Break is revival is going to happen because, like I said, these two actors are also series regulars on Legends of Tomorrow. So they got to work around their
Are they
shooting
leading
schedule.
in the show?
They're series regulars, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So they got to work around the schedule for that because that's the contract in which you're obligated to do
Sure.
and first before the revival of Prison Break.
Now, coming back to present time.
Yep.
Jack Bauer. Mm-hmm. I'm the reason I was asking those questions about the UK storyline and stuff because X-Files is kind of doing that.
Exactly.
They're doing just an 8 or 10 episode arc,
a short run.
Super small. You know, the normal series is 20, 24 episodes, whatever for them. And you have to say to yourself, okay, there's obviously plenty of interest in the show, but it's like you could say you're going to go to your friend's birthday party all month long. Yep. Yeah, we're going to go. But when the time comes, a lot of people don't go.
Exactly.
And that's what they're going to figure out with this X-Files arc. If it overperforms, they're going to order more shows.
Yep.
If it underperforms in any way, they'll make some choices.
Yeah, they'll make some choices.
Maybe they reboot it, they recast it too. Maybe they don't want Mulder and Scully anymore. Maybe they want the young people.
Maybe that's what this is.
Sure.
You know,
yeah. A passing the baton.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe they'll introduce a couple because they've already said they're with the X-Files series they're bringing a lot of the original characters back. Besides Mulder and Scully, they're bringing back Skinner,
the Smoking Man,
and they're bringing back the 3 nerds who always helped Mulder out too.
And then they're adding not Aziz. That's terrible of me. The other Indian guy who's on Silicon Valley.
Oh yeah.
Kamal. Yeah. Something last name.
Him.
Indian last name.
And we saw in the preview. Is it Joel McHale?
Yes.
Joel McHale is in the series as well.
Yeah, Joe McHale. Yeah. Joe McHale. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And right. Yeah. I totally forgot.
Yeah. He was like in the very first teaser. I haven't seen him in anything since.
Yeah. I was trying to picture. Have we even seen him yet?
No.
But yeah, you're right.
So who knows? They might be introducing some new characters to to the X-Files, and maybe we'll see some new character that was introduced in the last limited run of 24 in this new revival as well.
Yes. Well, there's one thing I know for certain. I'm not going to watch either of those shows.
Why not?
I don't know. Good. Because then you'd have to go back and figure out,
I don't really think you need to go back and watch the 24 because it seems like it's kind of picking up where they left off, but in a new realm. And with 24, you didn't really need to know what happened to prior seasons because each season was almost a completely new story and a completely new terrorist attack. All you needed to know is Jack Bauer was this awesome dude who worked and saved the day.
Yeah.
But there wasn't. I mean, there were some characters who came back from season 1 and season 5 or whatever. But it wasn't really too much that you needed to go back and see from the original season. Unlike some other shows, you can't come into season 4 of Lost and not see seasons 1 through 3
and not be lost.
Exactly.
Whoa.
That's the best he's ever done.
Oh my gosh! I got a better one.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, get ready. When he laughs at himself, it's going to be either really good or really bad. I'm excited to see what
Chuck Norris was going to star in 24 on the
That's
onset.
right. That's right. Yeah.
Do you know what they were going to call it then?
No.
1.
Oh yeah! Nice. That was a good one.
Yes.
That was a good one.
I'm crying. Oh my god.
Oh man.
Let's move on.
Yeah. We could end the show right there, but I think that
this is our last episode, folks. Based off that joke.
Yeah.
For more than one reason. Mm-hmm. Tory, what is this? I can't read this.
Jessica Jones?
Jessica Jones. Who is that? That wonderful name with alliteration.
Man, I wish I had my Marvel book so I could tell you who she is. But Jessica Jones is
and why is she on this list?
She's a hero. She's
badass.
A superhero
without powers.
She has powers, but she's not flying around in a cape and a costume or anything.
Well, and
she's a plain clothes kind of superhero.
Yeah, and she's an alcoholic too in the show.
She is.
Yeah, and if you've been living under a rock, she has
since
November.
Yeah,
she has her own show
on Netflix, which is a Marvel series, and it's gotten a lot of great press for multiple reasons. One, it's a female-led drama series, which it's great because there's not too many out there.
Yes.
Second of all, it's a different type of drama series, which is getting just a lot of praise from critics and fans alike.
Yes.
And it's one of the most popular shows on Netflix.
Bam.
Behind Orange is the New Black, and basically that's like I think the only one that might be leading Jessica Jones.
Yeah, I think you're right. But wonderfully, it just got renewed for a second season,
which isn't a real surprise. The only surprise was it took Marvel and Netflix a while to announce that this is being brought back for a second 13 episode order.
Yeah.
But everyone loved Jessica Jones. And I'm excited for it just because she introduced some new characters. Mm-hmm. And originally back in 2013, when it was announced that Marvel was having a TV deal with Netflix, that Jessica Jones was one of the 4 shows that were announced.
Right.
The first one was Daredevil.
Yes.
The second one was Jessica Jones, which introduced the character Luke Cage, which is going to have his own series.
That's the third.
So Luke Cage is actually the 4th one. There you go. Yeah, put that finger down. Okay, so first was what did I say? Daredevil, Jessica Jones. The third one is going to be Iron Fist.
Iron Fist.
And the 4th one is going to be Luke Cage with his own series.
Yes.
So those are the first 4 shows. Who knows if they're going to order more? I presume they will, but who knows?
Who knows? Now. But let's take a step, or let's look at it from a larger picture. And
sure.
This will be a nice segue into
our next topic,
our fun numbers topic. But Netflix is doing something really incredible and breakthrough and smart, and that's they're judging a show by its engaged popularity.
Yes.
Not so much by the hard numbers. Does that make sense?
No.
Okay, so like the reason it's
I don't understand the difference.
So
engaged popularity versus hard numbers.
So engaged popularity, I mean like that to me means people talking about that show, people recommending the show, and people going crazy when you haven't renewed it for another season.
Yeah, okay, I understand.
Opposed to like saying, hey, it didn't, it performed just what we needed to in this demographic consistently, so we're going to greenlight it.
Got it.
They're making decisions based off like what people are really asking for and what they think they're asking for.
Right, okay.
And opposed to just regular cable networks, networks saying, oh, it just needs to hit these numbers consistently.
Exactly.
And look, like there's been, what Netflix is trying to do is produce awesome content, produce awesome, high quality content that strengthens their brand as a whole.
Yes.
And that's just awesome.
Like, I agree.
I don't watch these shows, but I want them to keep making them if they're doing what they're doing for their brands.
Right.
Forever.
Okay.
And that kind of leads into our numbers discussion a little
bit.
And
we've mentioned this several times, including I think on like the first of this year or the last episode of last year's podcast. And Netflix doesn't really release their numbers. Like they don't release their viewership ratings and how many people are watching their shows.
Right.
Until now.
Yes.
An NBC executive called up Netflix like, hey guys, look, I get that you don't want to release your numbers, but we really need them. And they're like, okay, here you go. So they released some numbers for some of their most popular shows, including Orange is the New Black, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and Master of None.
Yes.
And there's one show on Amazon too. Amazon Prime. High Castle, exactly.
Man in High Castle.
So that's like breaking because from the start of Netflix and all these online platforms where you can see original content, they never release numbers for their shows. Right. So this is really groundbreaking. Not groundbreaking, but it's really a step in the next direction to see just how many people are watching all these shows on Netflix. And by far, the most popular show on Netflix is Orange is the New Black.
Right.
But second, and close second and third, is actually Daredevil and Jessica Jones.
Yes. Also in this report, it was, in the report, there was also data from Nielsen, which Nielsen is like the, how should I put it? It's like the official, I don't want to say regulator, but it basically watches over all cable news, all viewing, and says, hey, this is This is these are the numbers as we see it.
Yeah, it's network as well, not just cable.
Correct.
Yeah, network and cable numbers.
Right, and in this report, and I think Tory wants to point out this one fact first. But, it's saying that this is totally ridiculous, but it's true.
Yeah.
The average household receives about 201 channels, which is an ungodly amount of channels.
Yeah. How many channels do they measure, Cord?
What do you mean?
Like how many?
Oh, how many households?
Yeah, no. How many like channels are there on TV and cable and Nielsen measures? It's right here, right?
And
Nielsen at present measures 1,231 TV channels. Now, I didn't know they had over 1,000 channels. Like, I wonder if those are like include local channels or and I don't know. That's just hard to believe because I know on like cable when you get up to the 900s, there's like what music stations and everything. Does that really count as a channel?
I guess
a channel, a television channel that just plays music?
Yeah, whatever the number is, it's far too many.
Yeah, no one needs over 1,000 TV channels.
They've dumped so many channels on us that this next stat has to, like, of course this is going to happen.
Sure.
Basically, we only watch an average of 16 channels.
Yeah, exactly. The average TV household receives in their like basic cable package or their cable package that they order 201 channels. That's how many like they have access to. But of those 201, they only watch about 16 of those 201.
Yeah.
Now, if you had to guess, Cord, what would be like some of the 16? I don't know if we can count up to 16 on our fingers, but what do you think they would be? And I'll keep track.
I'm sure it's like, I would hope it's like CNN. I would hope it's like NBC,
2,
CBS. I'm
3,
just thinking ABC, Comedy Central.
5.
Is E Entertainment still a channel?
I guess.
so.
I don't know.
I haven't
But there's
seen it
a
in so
channel
long.
like that. So let's count that as a type
sure.
of channel. So that's 6.
I can't name anymore.
Okay, I can see. Bravo.
Yeah.
Here's about this. Cartoon Network. I would say
There's like the
Home
Disney
Garden
Channel.
Network,
Yeah.
Disney,
Yeah.
Nickelodeon.
Yeah. So what are we doing?
Okay, here we go. HBO, Showtime, FX.
Yeah.
That's 14 right here. There's 2 more. What else? ESPN. How about TNT?
Sure.
That's 16.
TNT doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, yes, it does.
It does?
Yeah, TNT. Here, I'll just go one more. TBS.
Sure.
Because those are brother sister type of channels
sure.
owned by the same company.
Yeah.
So those are like, I would say some of the most popular channels that people watch, and like of the 201 channels that people get, which is just too much.
Yeah.
And you can see why America's like a couch potato now because there's so much to watch.
Yeah. Look, the bottom line is,
And that's not including like online services like Netflix and Amazon Prime and Hulu and anything like that too.
The bottom line is, the system is screwed up, and it's not. It's like we're gonna cut the cord soon because it's just totally idiotic for us to pay the amount of money that we pay to watch shows that we can watch on our apps.
Right, exactly.
It's insane. I love this next stat because it really tells it shows what the audience is really doing nowadays.
Yeah.
And I'll just read it. So it's saying time shifting is the new majority. In 2008, 81% of TV viewing was done live.
In 2008.
Yeah, 2008.
Which is 8 years ago.
Yes, 81% of TV viewing was done live. Which, sure, that makes sense.
So, if there's a new episode of The Flash coming on Tuesday at 9 o'clock, people are watching that Tuesday at 9 o'clock.
Okay, so this season, 2015, because it's January, this season, live viewing has dropped to 51%.
A 30% decline.
Yeah. Another 26% of viewing is done within the first 3 days of a program's debut. So that means
if it comes out on Tuesday, people will watch it between Wednesday and Friday.
Yeah, so that means we're not chained to the TV schedule anymore. We all have TiVo or DVR.
Yeah.
We record it. We know how to record it. We do it, and then we don't worry about it. And then
We watch it at our leisure.
Yeah, the water cooler talk doesn't spoil anything for us the next day at work or wherever, and we watch it at our leisure. Basically, it's and we skip all the commercials.
Yep. Or you watch it on like Hulu or something when it also comes out.
Yeah. So it's this big report they released doesn't really say all that much that we don't know to begin with.
Right.
And the cable networks and everything, they're trying to make Netflix sound less godlike.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's like you're a dinosaur. You're becoming a dinosaur, cable and network and everything. So stop trying to tell us to stop liking Netflix. There's a bunch of negatives. It's the way of the future. I guess I just
Now I'm
I'm
wonder,
frustrated that they try to
I wonder
throw
of
rocks at
the
this.
51% of live viewing that's actually done. I'm sure that there were like a few TV shows that make up most of that 51%. Like I'm sure The Walking Dead, which is the #1 show in all of television, has to be a big chunk of that 51%.
Sure.
And
Sure.
I'm sure
Right.
I'm sure
Oh,
like
you're saying shows that you have to watch live.
you have to watch live.
Right.
Otherwise, there's spoilers
Spoilers
online.
or-
So I'm sure The Walking Dead is one. Game of Thrones is another that people just love.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but people love Game of Thrones. So those two probably
Maybe,
at least are like 5 to 8% of that 51% total.
Right.
What else?
Shows. I don't know how to get away with murder. Maybe.
Maybe
I don't know the hot shows. I'm just thinking of shows that trend on Facebook as soon as they happen and whatnot. Walking Dead's definitely there.
Walking Dead and Game of Thrones. So probably those two.
But it's that's interesting. It's like spoilers are actually helping the cable companies.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
I wonder how they can increase that.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go spoil a bunch of stuff on
Yeah.
Facebook right now. Let's make some memes. I don't know.
Make some memes.
Yeah, let's make some memes.
Yeah.
So that's a bunch of fun TV numbers.
Yeah. All right, guys. Now, enough of TV for now. Let's get to our big topic. And it's about a movie. Actually, not one movie, 2 movies, which could come and join together to be one.
2 universes.
Now,
yes.
Cord, let's go ahead and start this topic.
Basically.
Now, who said this first of all?
Mr. Stan Lee.
Stan Lee, the creator of co-creator and executive producer of the Marvel Studios films.
Yeah, he's like the Walt Disney of Marvel.
Exactly.
Basically, he came out and said he'd like to see Luke Skywalker on the Avengers.
Yeah. He
so
thinks,
many words,
he says that he could foresee a story where the Avengers in the Marvel Universe can cross with Star Wars in the Star Wars universe.
Yes.
Now, those are some pretty bold words there, Stan Lee.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's a genius, and I know that if anyone could, if there's a team of people that could create something, he might be on that collaborative effort. But, man, I really don't know how that could work right now.
So you're saying you don't know how it could work, or you don't want to see it work?
I'm interested in seeing it work only if it's good, but I don't know how. I can't foresee a storyline where Luke Skywalker and Iron Man would be teaming up together.
Yes.
Although, okay. Ooh, question.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm getting something now. It's coming to me.
Wait. Before you start, quick note.
Yes.
Star Wars happened in the past.
Wait,
So,
the past or future?
a long time ago in a galaxy far, far
yeah,
away.
you're right,
It's
you're
in
right.
the past, probably hundreds, probably thousands of years.
Okay.
So one thing to note is he would have to travel through time to present day.
Okay. Anyone would. Okay.
Anyone from the universe.
All right.
Sorry
Sure,
if that throws
sure.
off here.
No, it doesn't. But I was gonna say, so the Hulk is like his skin is super thick. He's almost indestructible.
Yeah.
Do you think a lightsaber could cut through the Hulk?
I think a lightsaber could cut through anything.
Anything?
Yeah.
What about adamantium, like Wolverine's exoskeleton?
Cut him right in half.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Chop up Wolverine like sushi.
All right. Now, what is a lightsaber? Is that fire, or is like a
so a lightsaber
fire
is
energy?
made out of a very special crystal.
A crystal,
about
really?
this big.
Okay.
And they're very rare crystals. I know this.
Okay.
You have to travel to these weird places to even get them, and like there's a room of crystals.
Okay.
You know, like and the color crystal.
Oh, like Indiana Jones in a crystal skull?
Kind of.
Okay.
They're not shaped like stupid alien heads though. So the crystal is a certain color, and that dictates the color of your lightsaber.
Oh, okay.
So Mace Windu, Samuel L. Jackson found a purple crystal, and that his lightsaber is purple. You'll notice Kylo Ren, he has a weird, like, his lightsaber is a little, you would say, fiery.
Yeah.
And it's actually because the crystal is a weak crystal, they're saying.
Oh, really?
Which I guess either wasn't, like, that was the only crystal he could find, or it was, like, on purpose he found a certain type of crystal because he wanted that distinct lightsaber.
Sure, okay.
So, not, you know.
I had no. Where do you even find out this stuff? Like, do you
just find it out, Tory?
Like, do you just Google Wikipedia?
Dude, you know, as a Star Wars fan, you just have to know.
That's not an ordinary fan. An ordinary fan wouldn't know that. You're
like a super
fanboy.
A fanboy would know the name of the crystal, but I can't remember those.
Okay.
The crystals are also responsible for some of the power generation of the huge ships and stuff like that. But that's not important.
That's
here.
Crazy. I had no idea.
Yeah, so a lightsaber could
deep.
cut Wolverine in half and cut whatever it wants to.
Okay. So quick note about Kylo Ren's lightsaber. So was it the crystal or the construction of, I guess, the metal part
hilt.
of the hilt of the lightsaber that had the two streams coming out sideways and not just tall.
Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah.
So those are due to the fact that the crystal is weak. Like it's the crystal.
The side lightsabers.
Yeah, the crystal. It's something weird where like it's kind of unstable, so it needs the exhausts. That's actually kind of, think of it as like energy exhaust.
Sure, okay.
And those aren't, you'll notice those are more fiery.
Yeah, because they're not
burn. Like, they're not like, they're not like solid blades. They're kind of like, they're coming out like fire. And that's, it burned John Boyega, Finn in that scene.
Right.
So that's why it wasn't, the hilt had to be created like that because it needed that exhaust.
Okay. So I was just imagining like Luke Skywalker and the Hulk getting into a fight, and if his lightsaber would actually hurt the Hulk.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Hulk would have to be careful.
Okay.
And that's one point why this crossover just can't happen
because
Luke Skywalker would slice Thor in half. Literally slice him in half. The Greek god. No, not the Greek god.
Yeah. Well, no. Is he Norse?
Yeah, the Norse god.
Yeah.
You can't have that. But he would be an Avenger, so he wouldn't really have to.
Right.
If I may, I'm just going to jump on the side that this thing does not need to go any further than what Stanley has mentioned here.
Is there any?
This is such a bad idea.
Is there any villain in the Marvel Cinematic Universe that you know of, Cord?
Yes.
That could even pose a somewhat of a challenge to Luke Skywalker?
I don't
like anyone that deals with, like, do you think magic and the Force could be like, come to blows? Like that's a relative equalizer to the Force magic?
I don't know Doctor Strange all that well, but it sounds like he is, because he has telekinesis. Maybe telepathy too, but like he sounds most similar to the Force.
Okay.
Force sensitive. He sounds the most Force sensitive if they were Force sensitive.
Sure.
But it's such a stretch. That's my problem with all of this. Like, in the Star Wars universe, they've set very basic rules. Everyone is normal, and you're in this futuristic past where there's starships and everything like this. But there are some abnormal people that are Force sensitive, and those are the only special people. You have monsters and aliens and stuff, but they're monsters and aliens. They don't have special powers.
Right.
In the Marvel universe, you know, your neighbor could have telepathy, or your best friend could have a worm leg or something.
Yeah.
It's very volatile. And then, like, maybe Stanley's just talking about a comic book crossover, which is fine. Do whatever you want with your comic books. But
live action.
But a movie that would just really damage the universe of Star Wars.
Okay.
It's very.
Do you think it would damage the universe of Star Wars and help the universe of Marvel, or damage both?
I guess it would depend on how they brought Luke Skywalker.
I mean, it's not just limited to Luke Skywalker. I mean, I'm sure.
Right.
Presuming
You
they
could take.
Anyone. Vader or.
Yeah.
Anyone.
It's just like a weird. I understand crossovers between the Flash and Green Arrow when it's like they're in the same universe.
Yeah, it's the same universe,
and they're naturally supposed to interact with each other on some levels.
Yeah,
but there's a reason why Mickey Mouse and the Teletubbies haven't done an adventure together.
Right. Okay. Now, do you think what's more of a stretch, Cord? Now, you're not gonna like either option. I already know.
Oh boy.
What's more of a stretch? A Star Wars Marvel crossover or a Star Wars Star Trek crossover?
What's more of a stretch?
Yeah.
Gosh, Tory, sometimes you just ask good questions.
Right? Sometimes I do.
I think more of a stretch would be the Marvel Star Wars crossover.
I'd agree with you.
Because I could picture an episode of Star Trek where, like, they find the Rebel Alliance or something.
Yeah.
Wait, Star Trek's in the future, right?
Correct.
Right. Our present-day future.
Present-day future, yeah.
Like, you could slip in some Star Wars characters into a Star Trek show and get away with it.
Sure.
I could believe that.
They've already done that with J.J. Abrams' last Star Wars production. I remember there was like a C-3PO who was like falling outside of the window. There were some Easter eggs.
Star Trek 2?
Yeah, in Star Trek 2. There were some Easter eggs from Star Wars.
Look, I don't like either idea, one iota.
Okay.
Not a single cell of my body gets excited for that. But look, it would be less painful to watch Star Trek.
Sure.
Do that.
Okay.
With that said, Guardians of the Galaxy is very similar to Star Wars, and that's Marvel.
Right, yeah.
And it's like, if it didn't have to be the other Marvel characters like Spider-Man and all those guys, like, I could see Chris Pratt, I forget his character name, Star-Lord.
Yeah, Star-Lord.
He's very Han Solo-ish.
Right, exactly.
And he could, like, it's, that could work there. And the raccoon guy, like
Rocket.
The exact opposite of Chewbacca.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, excellent question though.
I would love to see a scene with Rocket and Yoda just like going back and forth talking.
I would love Rocket and Chewbacca arguing with each other.
Yeah,
that would be great.
That'd be funny.
Speaking of can I ask you the same question? What would you prefer seeing? Marvel, Star Wars, or
I think it's definitely easier to do a Star Wars Star Trek crossover because it's not the same universe whatsoever, but it's the same kind of spacey fantasy. You know what I mean?
You would have to break.
It's less of a bridge to cross than like the Marvel. It wouldn't make sense.
First, you would need a time machine or something to get like any relevant characters back, and it's like, what the hell? You're gonna take them out of their time, just to do something.
It's weird. I mean, it could work. Like I said, if it's good, I'd be interested in seeing it. But it has to be so gosh damn good, It's almost not even worth trying. But I'm sure somebody's gonna try. Yes. Let us know your thoughts, guys. If you're interested in seeing a crossover between Star Wars universe and the Marvel universe. Let us know if you think that's a good idea or not. We might take a poll of it too.
Oh yeah. Speaking of bridges and crossovers, speaking of bridges and questions, we have the question of the week.
The question of the week.
Week. Yes. I proposed this one, and I'm so excited to hear Tory's answer first.
Sure. My answer first.
I just looked at the tab. Tory told me not to look at the tab. The question of the week is, what reboot would you like to see with an all-female cast?
Yeah. This was just the first thing that popped in my head. It
It was.
was. It wasn't like too much thought into it, but I kind of like doing that. Just the first thing that pops in your head. Usually,
And then just going with it.
and just going with it, exactly. But I remember this movie and I saw it, and I was pleasantly surprised at how well I liked it and how. Did you see this movie?
I didn't,
Okay.
and I kind of want to now.
Yeah,
Just from your
it's
idea
a
here.
fun adventure type of it's kind of like a planes, trains, and automobile type of
Sure.
comedy adventure.
What is it?
It's called Wild Hogs.
Yes.
Now, I'm not sure if you guys remember this. It came out in 2007.
It's amazing
and it
how long
starred
ago that was.
yeah, right? Jeez, almost 10 years ago.
Oh, God.
9 years
Don't
ago.
remind me.
Holy cow. But anyway, guys, it starred Tim Allen, John Travolta, Martin Lawrence, and William H. Macy.
Yes.
And they're all like a group of like middle-aged men who are like kind of going over the hill, quote unquote.
Midlife crisis.
Midlife
stuff,
crisis type of stuff. And they, got up a bunch of motorcycles and wanted to travel across America and just, as a biker gang.
Yeah.
I think that would be really funny as an all-female version.
Yeah, like a bunch of women, like midlife crisis, doing something. Maybe
Yeah.
not. I see that like not so much as a biker gang because like women on bikes is kind of weird.
Maybe.
Like,
But some type of like adventure, like road adventure kind of like that.
Right. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like a road adventure-esque type of movie.
Yeah.
So that's why like Wild Hogs came to my mind and that type of road adventure.
Who do you see in this movie?
Well,
remake movie?
I mean, I think we're just going to use her in everything because she's just so gosh damn good. Is Melissa McCarthy, definitely. I kind of... I find this woman a little annoying, but I think she has like some good moments in which she's funny. I don't know her name, but she was in the recent Goosebumps movie, and she's been in some other things as well. But she's played the aunt to the kid in the Goosebumps movie. I had to find her name and get back to you later.
Gotcha.
But I think she's kind of like a Melissa McCarthy type.
Okay.
Kristen Wiig. I'm a huge fan of Kristen Wiig.
Yeah.
And let's see, one more. Gotta have some diversity in there. Either possibly the mom from what's the 90s Asian American TV show on ABC right now?
Fresh Off the Boat.
I
love her.
Yeah, the mom from Fresh Off the Boat.
I love her.
She's so
awesome.
dry
Yeah.
and so witty. I think she'd be the perfect kind of straight man or the perfect grounded character in a world with featuring so many over the top kind of boisterous characters.
Sure. Yeah.
So I think her. She's very, very funny. I'm a fan of her.
I love her. Great choices. Mine.
Yeah.
As you're talking about this, I'm trying to change my mind.
No, go with the first thing that popped in your head, Corey.
No, well, look.
You were so excited. No, this is what he said before we got on the air, ladies and gentlemen. He's like, I can't wait for you to go first because my answer is just going to trump yours. And now he's second guessing himself.
No, I'm not second guessing myself. With all the information
Look at
available,
that face. That's
I
a
have
second guessing
chosen a
face.
new answer.
No, that's the same thing.
Tory, your
The same
answer
thing.
is phenomenal.
Thank you.
You blew me out of the water.
Thank you. Yeah.
You blew me out of the water.
Don't underestimate me.
What I was gonna this is what I was gonna first say.
Okay. Yeah.
It would be a parody of the movie Con Air.
Sure. Okay.
With an all-female prison cast on the plane.
Okay.
But I think it would be funnier if it was a real true comedy.
Sure.
Like Bridesmaids isn't a parody. It's just
Not at all. It's
a bunch of
great
real
original.
people who are acting very odd and funny at certain moments.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you saying the I forget her name from Fresh Off the Boat.
Yeah.
Like all these names are spinning in my head. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is great.
Yeah.
I would love to, like Spies Like Us, which is a Dan Aykroyd Chevy Chase movie, which is very kind of, they might have taken the movie Spy after that movie, but basically these two guys who work at the government really shouldn't be on a very important mission, and they end up going on a very important mission to save the world and stop this nuclear warhead and stuff like that. That would be funny to see those two people, but you picked a good movie because it's an ensemble cast.
Right.
You know, so you have 4 people. And that's like Ghostbusters could definitely do that too. It's like you have these 4 big, you know, characters that are going to get a lot of time to be hilarious.
Yep.
And Bridesmaids proved it, where you can have an ensemble of even 5, 6 people and everyone has their time to shine.
Absolutely.
And like I just want to think of ensemble movies where it's like, yeah, that would be hilarious.
Yeah.
With a bunch, with Molly McCarthy, with Kristen Wiig, with
Melissa McCarthy.
Melissa McCarthy.
Oh, the woman's name I was thinking of, by the way, is Jillian Bell.
Who is in Ghostbusters.
Is she in Ghostbusters?
I'm sorry, Goosebumps.
Goosebumps, yeah, Goosebumps. Also, 22 Jump Street, She was in Bridesmaids as well.
Look up Fresh Off the Boat. We need to give her credit.
Fresh off the boat.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You got it.
Yeah.
Fresh Off the Boat is just Constance Wu.
There it is, Constance Wu. Yeah.
Constance Wu, you are amazing. Fantastic work.
Absolutely.
Now I'm like just angry at myself. I just want to figure out a movie where there's an Asian American actress spot.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Constance Wu would crush it out of the park.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So Tory, you've done it. You've done it well. You've won. Tory's won. Get him his prize.
All right. But so your original was Con Air, and then you wanted to change it to something else. What did you say? What you were thinking of changing it to?
I just didn't come up with a good one.
Okay.
Like, I want an ensemble, like a 4-person talk amongst yourself.
Yeah, talks amongst myself. I guess what else? I just feel like the comedic adventure is just the best scenario for a female-driven cast. But you know what? What also, like, if I had to pick like a drama, I would kind of like to see maybe something like Heat. Movie Heat with a female cast, which could work like two like
as a comedy.
No. Like keeping it in the same like a drama.
Yeah.
The opposite. If I had to, not Wild Hogs is my comedic example, but for my dramatic example, I'm thinking maybe something like Heat with 2 very strong female detectives. A la, the Robert De Niro.
Can you name some actresses to plop in there? Because I'm having a hard time picturing that without it being a parody.
Yeah.
That is the sound of an idea dying.
Oh man, you've usually heard by Cord on this show.
Whoa. Do you want the knife back? The one that you just stabbed in my back?
No, you can keep it. Keep it.
I'll put it in my collection.
Please
with
do.
The rest of them.
Man, I can't think of any because all the females female actresses I'm thinking of right now
Are
have
hilarious.
have kind of done this, or a little older and don't really fit my idea in my head, like Sigourney Weaver. I could
there was a slew of wonderful
at the time, like go back in the 90s where there are a whole bunch of underappreciated, I think, strong female characters in movies, like Double Jeopardy. Do you remember that movie
with Ashley Judd?
Ashley Judd, yeah. So I like she'd be a great type of female actress for that, Sigourney Weaver. But I'm not really coming up with any current ones in my mind.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's my idea for a drama if I had to pick one too.
Yeah, I would love to see some sort of sports movie, kind of like A League of Their Own.
Oh, that's great! Sports movie, yeah.
But like, maybe
like a female, like the WNBA,
or like do Major League only with a women's team. A team of misfits that kind of figures out how to win together.
Great.
And it's a AAA or it's like some sort
like
of,
a kickball league or something.
A women's division.
That would be actually great. Here's another one.
Yeah.
How about instead of dodgeball with Ben Stiller and all these people, how about kickball with a bunch of like an all-female league?
Yeah, I think kickball is the worst choice you could have picked there, but I totally see what you're saying.
For a sport?
Yeah.
Well,
kickball is like kind of a slap in the face to women everywhere, isn't it?
No, it's huge among women, and here in LA, I know a lot of people, a lot of women, and it's really big in a gay community as well.
Yeah.
They like and in straight community as well. A lot of people love kickball.
You're a proponent of kickball.
I'm a proponent of the sport. Personally, I'm not a big fan of kickball, but I do appreciate in the sport as just in and of itself. And I think since like dodgeball, a lot of people didn't really know that. Oh, that's a big thing. I think that could be another movie. Actually, I want to write that with you and try to sell it to like.
If you could
Fox,
come up with
TV
a different,
Central.
I would love to do softball or something.
Yeah, anything. Yeah.
Kickball is very like
specific.
Not specific, but like unimaginative. Like picture a close up of a ball bouncing on the ground towards someone who's about to kick it. Like it's uncinematic. It's like boring.
Okay, as opposed to like something who's a dodgeball that's being hurled at your face.
Yeah, they made that work.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. Well,
or another sport. Yeah, rugby, like a women's rugby team or something.
Women's something that's non-traditional or not one of like the 4 or 5 major sports. Sure. Like baseball, basketball.
Not saying that couldn't work.
No, exactly.
Maybe it would be fun to do something.
I think that'd be really fun. Actually,
that'd be very fun. Yeah.
We're gonna that's copywritten, guys. Just so you know, we might delete that off this podcast. I don't want anyone stealing my idea.
We said
about
it first.
A female sports-driven movie. I think that'd be really funny though.
It would be great.
I would love to see like Tina Fey as like the captain of something.
Amy
Poehler.
I love Amy Poehler.
Yeah.
She does great characters.
I want to go see Sisters, as a matter of fact. I haven't seen it yet, but I really want to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. What a great question of the week.
Yeah, good job, Ford.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Tory. Well done picking Wild Hogs. I got to go see that movie now.
Yeah. Let us know what you guys think. If you'd like to see an all-female movie, what you guys think would be a good like parody or revival or spin-off from something that's already existed. Where can they contact us, Cord?
They can find us on Twitter and Instagram at Tord and
Cordy Show. I say that all the time, actually.
That was incredible.
It's the first time I've heard you say that, but I say it all the time. I've never said that. All the time.
I'm going to go cry myself.
Rewind. Where can they find us, Cord?
They can find us on Twitter and Instagram at Cord and Tory Show.
And you can find us on Facebook by searching and liking the page, the Cord and Tory Podcast Show.
Yes, my God. Thank you for joining us this week.
Absolutely.
We love you guys.
Yeah.
Share with your friends.
Rate us and subscribe to us on iTunes and SoundCloud.
Yes. Yeah. We're just not getting anything right.
Not at all.
Have a magical week.
Yep.
Go see Star Wars again.
And 40X.
40X. Comment on this video or this post. Yep. And we'll see you next week.
Ciao, Bella.
Bye. Wonderful. Look.